And joining us now is Jack Pitney, professor of American politics at Claremont McKenna College. And Professor, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The president, as we've talked about earlier, is on his first trip to Asia as president. And the North Korea threat is probably going to be a big topic among his counterparts in Asia. We just heard the president talk in Japan. His first remarks mentioned North Korea. What do you think is going to happen there, being so close to Kim Jong-un?
Well, a lot of that is up to the North Koreans. The president's first remarks were a little odd. He wondered why the Japanese, with their samurai tradition, didn't shoot the missile out of the air when it passed over their territory, but it's very hard to shoot down a ballistic missile. And so it remains to be seen if any kind of progress will come out of this trip.
And Secretary of State Tillerson keeps talking diplomacy. Trump keeps talking military action. How are the two sides going to get resolved as he talks with the counterparts in Asia?
Well, that also is a big question. And who is going to be talking to whom? Is Trump going to be talking diplomacy, or is he going to be talking military action? As usual with these things, a lot of the activity is going to go on at the diplomatic level. But the problem is the United States State Department is understaffed. And so we have a limited capability of carrying on the kind of diplomacy we would need in a difficult situation like this.
President Trump is also going to meet with China's leaders. What can we expect from those conversations?
Well, he's going to be thinking about two things. One, economics and trade. Obviously, a lot of emphasis on bilateral negotiations, but also back to North Korea. During the campaign, he seemed to indicate that China had absolute control over North Korea. His expectations seem to be a bit more realistic, but there are real limits on what China can do to temper North Korean ambitions.
Because China really accounts for 90% of North Korea's foreign trade, so they have a vested interest there.
Yes. On the one hand, they don't want the situation to spiral out of control. On the other hand, North Korea has proved to be very resistant to pressure, even from China.
Let's move to the investigation into Russia's interference with our 2016 election. In the wake of this week's indictments and guilty plea, which we've all talked about last week, what do you see from Mueller's probe? Do you think this is the tip of the iceberg?
Oh, this is all far from over. There are more indictments to come. General Flynn will probably be up next, but we don't know how many others. We don't know how much Mueller knows. And this is the kind of event that leads out breadcrumbs to investigative reporters, to opposition researchers, and so on. So we're going to be hearing a lot more about this, and people like Carter Page and Papadopoulos are going to be the subject of further stories and a lot more revelations.
Okay, Professor Jack Pitney from Claremont McKenna, thank you as always for being here.